We love the original Teen Titans, and I'm sure you did too. Today we're going to start our series on the Teen Titans characters with my favorite, Raven. Raven is the half-demon, half-daughter of Arella and the demon Trigon. Her mother fled from Trigon as she didn't want to be his queen and found sanctuary in the Temple of Azarath, where she gave birth to Raven. An Azarath magistrate feared that Raven would become as evil as her father and attempted to banish her to Limbo. Instead, he ended up destroying himself. The leader of the Temple of Azarath, Azar, ended up taking Raven in and instructed her about the truth of her parentage and taught her pacifism, meditation, and controlling her emotions to resist her father's demonic influence. She also helped her perfect her powers of teleportation, astral projection, and empathic healing. After Azar's death, Raven began to have dreams about Trigon and went to confront her father in Limbo. Trigon allowed Raven and her mother to live after he feels that when Raven reaches adulthood, he can seduce her into becoming his ally. When Raven turned 14, she sensed her father's powers returning and fled to Earth, where she met the Teen Titans as they were battling a confused orange alien who we would later know as Starfire. Raven helped the team calm Starfire, and eventually they all became friends and teammates, and well, the rest is Teen Titans history. Raven is definitely the most mysterious character on the show, as she stays quiet and nearly emotionless most of the time, with the exception of witty remarks when needed. She is very secretive and keeps a lot of information about herself, her family, and her past from the rest of the team, and tends to not let anyone into her room. Because of her previous teachings, she spends most of her time by herself meditating or reading one of her many books. She must do this to constantly keep her emotions in check, as they are directly connected to her powers. If she lets her emotions get the better of her, her powers may become out of control. Now, Raven has a very hard time trusting people, and it takes her a very long time to do so. When that trust is broken, it's even harder for her to forgive and possibly rebuild that trust again. This was shown when Tara broke Raven's trust, and while eventually she did gain it back, it took a very long time. Now, like I said, Raven's powers are driven by emotion, so the more that she feels, the more energy she is able to unleash. To keep her powers in control, she practiced daily meditation, mantras, and utilizing chakra. She also has a special mirror that she is able to use as a portal to her own mind. As many know, Raven's main incantation is Azarath Metrion Zinthos, which she uses to focus her telekinetic powers. The base of most of Raven's powers is her soul self, which is often represented as a large black spectral raven. She merges part of her soul into objects, allowing her to lift and throw them, into the minds of others, allowing her to affect them mentally, and gives her the ability to teleport herself and up to 4 others through an interdimensional portal. She's also shown to use her soul self to create barriers and bubbles to protect herself and her allies. She also has the ability to levitate, and like previously mentioned, she has empathic healing, which allows her to absorb the pain of others into herself, allowing them to heal faster. However, when she starts to lose control of her emotions, often with rage and anger, she starts to take on a more demonic appearance like her father Trigon, with 4 glowing red eyes and sprouting tentacles of her soul cell. So try not to piss her off too much, Beast Boy. But when Raven is able to purify her body of her father's demonic influence, she becomes White Raven. As White Raven, her power reaches its limit and becomes the most powerful version of herself. It's unfortunate that they only showed her as White Raven in 4 episodes throughout the show's run, because she is a total badass. Now that's a little bit more about Teen Titans Raven. What other characters would you like to learn a little bit more about? Let us know in the comments down below. I'm Dan with Comic TV, and I will see you guys next time. Azarath Metrion Zinthos!